wondering if you've ever thought about how much stress and anxiety goes on in our society for most people, and wondering how that is affecting the quality of our relationships at work, and our families, in ministry. Certainly, if you're at all like me, you notice that it is taking a toll, because in every moment when we're with someone, we don't actually know what is going on in their world before they entered into a meal or an activity with us. And so we're perceiving from them, you're not present with me, or you're not responding the way I want, or you didn't step up the way I was hoping. And we're not particularly aware of anything that might have caused that, and we usually take that as an affront, like they're just not being there for me. I was thinking about that because my husband just lost his dad a couple days ago, and I'm marveling at how well he's doing, the strength that he's finding, the presence of the Lord to walk him through, even though it's an up and down emotional season. His frustration level has been better than I would have imagined, his anxiety, etc. Somewhat contribute that to the fact that he started counseling a year and a half ago, in order to be able to handle the pressures of life better. And I'm seeing that extra counsel and extra prayer. I mean, he's been digging into prayer like, Lord, help me. I want to be a man that can handle the pressures of life and not tear my home down or jump on everyone. He's really dug into working on that part of his character, and it's really amazing to see what God is doing. But I thought about how much we're crashing into each other all the time as people in every activity we go to, and we feel kind of affronted by quick interactions with people that don't go well without understanding what anyone has brought into that activity that's going on in their heart, in their mind. Like, if my husband had been overly, intense, frustrated, angry, had not handled himself well this week in any capacity, at work or an activity, and then someone said, hey, his dad just died, people would be like, ooh, we would have like, an immediate sympathy, like, let's give him space to not be his best self. And yet, he's doing a lot of things, and not everyone knows that his dad has passed away. Now, he's handling life really well, and so nobody's asking him particularly what's going on in your world, which is fine. We don't always in every interaction have time to sit down and do an assessment, but like a perspective when we go into activities, particularly if they're not going well, if someone hasn't risen up to your expectations and met all your needs, is to just sometimes wonder, like, what exactly did you bring into this activity that no one knows about? And therefore, what do you think everyone that you're working with might still be bringing into this that's stressful, fearful, full of anxiety that you don't know about? And working on not being offended, but giving a lot of time to evaluate that sometimes the frustration that is part of being human, that we're not all on emotionally and mentally, we're not all focused and fully present, because a lot of things are going on in our lives. One thing I'm really practicing before I go in each activity, because just personally, as my husband has worked on handling the pressures of life better, I find I've gotten a little bit worse. Now, that's not really fun when you're a couple to be always opposite. It would be fun if we were both on at the same time. But the reason that's happening is because as he's getting strong enough to be an emotional support in our relationship, it has given me space to start digging up things that I need help on. I'm not enjoying that process. I am not enjoying this bubbling brew of stuff that I have to deal with. I don't even like having to bring that to the table, but I can see it. It's affecting my countenance, it's affecting my mood, every activity. I'm not showing up fully, I'm not present fully, I'm not contributing fully, not what I want to be. Now, I understand people are perceiving that probably as like, where are you? Because people just can't know. We can't know everyone's stuff. And so I have to go into it knowing I don't like being misunderstood, but I'm just going to trust the Spirit to lead me today, to help me to focus and be present where I am, given where I might be emotionally, mentally, knowing I'm going to make steps towards healing and repair, but also I want to trust in Christ's strength to help me to be present today. I can do that. It's the part that I can do. I can't make everyone understand where I am. People can't understand where my husband's been and what he's come from. But we also have to know we are not fully doing that for everyone else that sometimes we're being offended with. We don't know their story. We don't know their journey. We don't know what's really going on in their life when we have an interaction with them that's not pleasing. But one of the things that I'm working on and trying to teach my kids to do is, like, when you go into work today, whatever interaction is a blessing to you, say thank you and still ask God, how can I pray for that person? Whatever interaction seems like someone wasn't there for you, or you watched someone be rude, again, ask the Lord for insight and wisdom into that, rather than making too quick of a judgment of what's behind it, or too quick of a perception that it's all about dissing you. Because the reality is, and I hope you get what I'm saying, is we're all dealing with something from yesterday, from 3 years ago, and some of us from 20 years ago, and we're not all handling that well. But I do know that I want to give grace as I want to receive grace, and I really want to grow in wholeness and give room for other people to grow in wholeness. And cheerleading the baby steps that I'm seeing in my house, and I want to cheerlead your baby steps too. And I hope that you'll keep pressing on to being whole and asking God how to pray for those around you that they can find wholeness too. And I hope you have a good day.